Hello and welcome to Gemini Visions. I'm Mrs. Gemini.
And I'm Mr. Gemini.
And today we are doing a general reading for the month of September 2020 for Pisces.
Pisces!
And if you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our other content on our channel.
Right on. So for these readings we do a 4-card draw, and that's 2 cards from each reader.
Yes.
Bam. How you doing today, Pisces? I hope you're doing good. I hope your month of September is going to be good. I'm sure it will be.
Coming out of a good month.
I'm pretty sure that Pisces is my rising sign, so...
It is your rising sign.
Check it out. Check out your star charts, by the way. If you're not familiar with your star charts and you're just going off your general sun sign that everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's
not the only sign.
It's not the only sign that matters.
It's not the only sign that matters.
Yes, it's not the only one that
has. You can learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Yeah, so check if you have any Pisces, in other parts of your life as well, or other signs. Pisces up, there we go.
Your position 1, position 2.
Nice. So the Knight of Wands fell out of my deck, and Judgment fell out of Mr. Gemini's deck.
Nice, Mrs. Gemini.
Oh, Pisces. This is beautiful.
Ooh.
Pisces. And bottom of the deck I have the 4 of Pentacles.
Alright, so I just want to say real quick, I have the World. I love this sort of a suit, 2 major arcanas, and just a regular card here. But I have another major arcana on the bottom of my deck.
Yep. And I have another suit, so it's perfectly balanced. This is really, really great.
We have the World on the bottom of my deck. We have the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of Mrs. Gemini's deck.
Yes.
The Knight of Wands, Judgment, the Magician, and the 6 of Swords.
So now we're going to grab clarifiers for each of these cards. I am doing the Knight of Wands. So my spirit Knight of Wands. There it is. Oh, and it's a double whammy. Because this is Gemini Visions, and what would it... Oh, but we got a double 4 of Pentacles for you, along with a 3 of Pentacles. So...
That is
so awesome.
Weird that they came out together, okay.
4 and 3 of Pentacles. Right, now I'm going to...
I don't want to start reading yet. I'm going to clarify for Judgment and
I definitely see stability. I see a very stable, whatever your question is.
It's like a stable establishment of your
material.
It doesn't have to be of your material goods.
Yeah.
Like you have plenty of groceries in the fridge and such.
Yeah. And the Magician has been clarified, and I'm actually going to grab another one because I feel like I should. So much major arcana on the deck.
Pisces.
2 of the Worlds.
It is,
oh
yeah.
My gosh.
So we have double 4 of Pentacles and double of the World. So, I'm feeling some powerful energy here.
Yeah, lots of energy.
Some good stuff for the Pisces out there.
And the 4 of Cups. So I love the number 4 right now. 4 is...
I like how it's uniquely awesome.
Oh, and we have the Emperor on the bottom of the mini Everyday Witch Tarot. Let's see what you got, Mr. Gemini.
The 9 of Swords to clarify.
The 6 of Swords. Ah, okay.
I can see.
That's really awesome. Wow.
It's making more and more sense.
It really is.
But I have the 7 of Wands on the bottom of my clarifying deck.
You are somewhere really, really neat, Pisces.
Yeah,
you're in a really interesting
You're in a pretty unique position right now. Not one that
I haven't seen one of these in all of our readings.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of doubles. I just want to give a quick list of the doubles. We have double 4 of Pentacles. We have double of the World.
Yeah.
And that's pretty nice. And we have a sword card clarifying a sword card.
Yeah.
And I also want to point out that Mrs. Gemini got a double trouble drop with these 2 clarifiers.
Yeah.
4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles.
Yeah, so we have some sort of, it's consecutive.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and get us started? And we have the Emperor over there,
man,
too.
I'm so excited. So I want to talk about what's at the bottom of Mr. Gemini's in my decks. So he has the World, and I have the Four of Pentacles. And what I see going on right now in some of your lives is you're in this cycle that you're supposed to be in. So you're in a very stable cycle for you, and not saying that Pisces aren't stable, not saying that you're usually not stable, but you feel more stable than you ever have, and you feel like the world is at your fingertips. It's like you're...
It very much seems like it is, if I may interject that for a moment.
Yeah, it's like you're moving through this period of time, September, with grace. It's very graceful. I see it just being another daily, like a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. And what's happening with this Knight of Wands energy coming down to the read is you're coming out on top. So you're starting from smaller beginnings. That's what I see with the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Maybe you've built a business with a couple of friends and you're feeling really good, and now you're maybe thinking about like separating and going in a different way, or maybe you're going towards like a franchise kind of idea with a business, a different fraction of it, or faction or whatever. And I see you, and if it does have to do with love, I see a really strong, stable partnership. And it could just start off as friends, which is totally fine. I feel like it's something that you're ready to have, that you're ready to, or maybe they've told you that they're just friends or something, like we're just friends, but you know that it's more than that. So, for love specifically, I feel like you're just like, yeah, whatever, yeah, we're just friends coming out of this, you know what I mean, on top. You know, you're going to be mine, I'm going to be yours. And then that moves into the Judgment and the World card. So the second World card. And when I see Judgment, I see you kind of just doing things your own way, in a way that feels real to you. Not something that other people have decided for you, or which deciding is not choosing. So if you decide to do something, you're not really choosing to do anything. When you choose to do your own, you know, walk your own path, and know that when it feels right and when it feels good, you know that you're walking in the divine, and this is what the divine wants you to feel like. This is what your higher self, God, whatever you want to put on that feeling comes from, you know, a very pure place. And I truly think that it just is bringing you so much happiness, and so much, you're looking forward to the future. Sometimes maybe in the past you felt kind of stuck, but like I feel like you're looking forward to the near future. And I see that happening in about mid-September. You're kind of like, you're feeling this all throughout September, but I feel like in mid-September you're going, and you're going to start with this Magician. You're going to start creating. You're going to start manifesting the things that you truly desire. You know what you want. You're finding out what brings you joy and what doesn't with this Four of Cups energy. I see this as somebody bringing in this like beautiful gift that you need at that moment. And with the Hanged Man, that's enlightenment. That's purposefully setting yourself upside down to kind of just, you know, switch perspectives for a minute and really deal with what's going on so you can move forward. And it's not really like dealing with, I don't see a lot of dealing with anything. I think that you're just trying to be very smart about it, especially if it's business. I feel like it's very smart, whatever you're doing. You're just creating whatever you can. You're coming up with very great ideas, and you're going to have another person stepping into your life here with the Four of Cups. Doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but you have somebody coming in here with some words of wisdom. I see that for sure. Somebody's going to be coming into your life and giving you that love. I definitely see it as somebody speaking to you. And then that moves into the Six of Swords, which I 100% see that as you are moving out of a very toxic behavior. I think maybe like quitting smoking, or deciding not to drink so much, or maybe not speak, maybe not, maybe Mr. Gemini's laughing at me. I've been telling him to stop with his beer. But you know, it's just, it feels like one of those things where you're moving past a very, you know, something that may have held you back or just weighs really heavy on your mind and your soul. So I see you definitely moving out of that headspace, especially with the Nine of Swords defined by the Six of Swords. That's definitely movement out of a toxic place, whether it be in a relationship or business. You could be feeling like you could do this better on your own, and you more than likely can. Don't ever feel like you need anyone. But I don't, you know, I think you're being very smart about your decision. And then at the bottom of our clarifying decks, Mr. Gemini used the Hush Tarot, and I use the minis of the Everyday Witch, and I have the Emperor, and Mr. Gemini has the Seven of Wands. So you're definitely, I totally see this as getting written confirmation, some sort of like, with the Seven of Swords. I don't know why I keep seeing like written or spoken or, you know, something like that. You're definitely going to get some like confirmation
Which
here.
is definitely wrapped up in some parchment though, or some like ribbon or.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be.
Yeah, that is making. Yeah,
and he has scribbles on, so it's definitely somebody's coming in with a really good offer. Because I definitely see that going hand in hand with the Four of Cups. Yeah, really beautiful reading. You're going to be 100% on top this month. Like, whatever your question is, I don't want to definitively say yes, and I don't want to say no. I think you already know where you're headed, and I think this period of time is just a time of knowing for yourself. And I think you're realizing that you are the magician, and I think that you are realizing that you can make this life whatever you truly want it to be. So I think that's really beautiful. I'm really, really, really happy for you.
So it's really solid for you, Pisces, for the month of September.
It's going to be a really great month.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you feel, Mr. Gemini?
All right. So I just want to point out also, if you've watched this far, good job. We appreciate it. But I want to point out also that I had the World on the bottom of my primary deck, the Gilded Royal, the Tarot, and I clarified, and I got the World on here underneath my own card. And I want to point out that Mrs. Gemini had the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of her primary deck, and she clarified on one of her own cards and got the Four of Pentacles again. So, let me be 100% honest, the crowning energy of this is a sort of access to your ideal world through a stability in your earthly goods.
Yeah.
And that's really, being stable in your earthly goods is actually...
You got it, Pisces.
It's making you feel like the world is at your fingertips. So that's the crowning energy I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
As we move into the Knight of Wands here, though, I see that you're a person with some passion right now, and you got some things on your mind that you want to go get done. And again, I think that is, with this clarifier of the Four of Pentacles, you're passionate and you want to move forward and you have a mission in mind. And it's heroic pushing. It's not, subtle. It's, I'm doing it because I got to do it. And that's clarified by the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And I see that you feel stable in your sort of like your wealth zone. And you feel that because you're good at what you do, and you like what comes out of it when you do it. But it also feels to me like you've gotten this sort of stability with your wealth situation via some sort of collaboration. So that's given you this fiery passion to proceed forward. And I think that that's not the only thing that's on your side with this. I feel like that it's also the universe and the divine throwing in a judgment. You're making a judgment call, the universe is concurring with you and telling you to push forward on it, and that brings us here, and that's going to give you access to your completion here with the World again. A completion of maybe a cycle, maybe a work-related cycle, especially with these pentacles and this wand, this Knight of Wands here.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I do see you at the beginning of the month pushing out as the Knight of Wands. That's bringing about your own judgment. That's pushing you towards your real sort of world, how you want it to be in your own life. And I see that you actually ended up getting this way to where this is by being the Magician. So later in the month, you're going to start manifesting maybe some other things. And with that, that kind of energy of being the Magician is actually going to come about for you by sitting back, observing the situation, and realizing what's needed to complete it with this Four of Cups here.
Absolutely.
Someone's going to come to you, and it could be one of these collaborators from the Three of Pentacles. Someone's going to come to you with another creative idea. Now,
and there's only 2 people in that.
There's only 2 people in that. Someone's going to come to you with another creative idea, and you're sort of in this situation, maybe about middle of the month, like Mrs. Gemini was saying, where you're standing still and you're observing. But through that, you're gaining an enlightenment. But all of this is something you're manifesting. You may be manifesting it right now in this month. We're filming in August. I'm sorry. But that ultimately leads to you moving in a direction you want to go to. And you're going to move away from some thoughts of isolation and loneliness, maybe some self-inflicted, some self-inflicted self-consciousness about physical appearances. But let me point out something very clear here. Okay, I'm going to bring the cards up real close. The Six of Swords is about moving away from a situation or a thing. Or a sort of like maybe a whole different thing. It doesn't have to be the thoughts in your mind. But you see the swords here in the boat with her. If you move away, but you keep those same thought patterns, are you really moving away from anything? So don't carry these Nine of Swords with you. It's something you have to release before you make your moves here. And I feel like those moves are going to come more towards October. But let's be honest here, it doesn't have to be then. Let's be honest, because I see the moon in this card. So you may be making moves more towards the full moon. You may be making some of your moves. I'm not sure exactly when that lands, but it stood out to me and Spirit told me to mention it. So when the moon starts to become full, you might start moving. But remember to not take those swords with you.
We've already done this Hangman.
You've already done that part. It's easy to slip into
the same old...
I would almost call it like an enlightenment coma. Like all of a sudden I'm sort of like, oh, I'm not enlightened anymore.
Yeah.
But you really are. You're so caught up in your own mind that you forget what it is to be who you are sometimes. With all that being said, I want to go to the clarifying deck, crowning energies, to sum up my side of it. And I see that you're in control of your house and home and yourself. And with that comes a sort of heroic steadfastness to your ideas and your concepts. And you're going to stick by those guns. And ultimately that's going to push you into the next month, and it's going to be a very solid energy to be in.
Single parents.
Could be.
I feel like somebody's doing a really good job.
Could be some single parents for sure.
And work life. Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Gemini.
That's fine. That's fine. If I was going to break it down... No, it's all, hey. Bam!
Parents.
If I could break it down, I'd say the beginning of your month is going to be more involved with this section here. It's going to be more involved with work and money. But as we progress, if I was going to break it down to love and money, as we progress, I see a judgment. You're going to attain this sort of worldly being that you want to be in. And then there's a possibility that you start manifesting the love of another here.
Because you're stable.
You become enlightened that you have what you want. You become enlightened of that, and you start manifesting the love of another.
Yeah.
But you may end up moving away from someone because you're beating yourself up about how you are, maybe physically or something like that. You may, because the Nine of Swords always to me is isolation.
There's some sort of like insecurity.
It's like, and the reason I always feel that is because it's like she's being cold, but only to herself. In a lot of ways. Yeah,
like she's amazing.
She's great. But she's
male or female, whatever, you're a great person.
But this person's being cold, but only to themselves. It's a very singular type of situation.
For sure.
So it always puts me to think of someone who's being self-conscious about their image or something like that. But I see that you actually do want to move away from that, so you should leave those swords on the shoreline.
Yeah, and if that has to do anything with like business or anything, wherever you're at in your career is where you're supposed to be at.
Right.
And
you'll get where you're going.
You should be proud of where you're at.
And with that hangman on the
that's another
board,
thing. A lot of people aren't.
Don't forget to take your own you time.
They're prideful, yeah. I mean, it's not. You don't have to be prideful, but take pride in your work, and know that you're doing it. You're doing it to the best of your ability, or whatever you're doing. Know that you're doing a really good job. And if people say, "Oh, you're doing a good job," take the friggin' compliment. I think that might be another thing. Some people have a really hard time taking compliments. Like,
yeah, they do.
Take the compliment, because you know what it does? It doesn't boost your ego. It boosts your soul when somebody gives you a genuine compliment. Like, wow, you're doing a really good job. Take it. Take it with you. Take those with you. Those feelings of feeling enough.
Awesome, guys.
You. Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
We're gonna grab some clarifying cards. I'm gonna do the Moonology.
I'm gonna do the angel messages card.
Animal spirits.
Oh, yeah, animal spirits. Sorry.
It's okay.
I looked down as though I had the deck. I guess they're coming into my life soon. You got the llama. Let courage lead you to seek support and overcome a fear of intimacy. Dang. Maybe you are moving into a new relationship.
There's a good chance.
And you're worried that it's going to be like another relationship, or you don't know if you can satisfy this person, or you don't feel good enough about yourself in any way. And I mean it could be in the bedroom, but I mean satisfying your partner, wholly is really difficult.
Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo.
Dang.
So
and I just told
you
you to be proud of who you are.
Yep, don't let it get in your way.
No.
Or don't let the lack of your pride get in your way either.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
It's beautiful.
We appreciate
Pisces.
it so much, Pisces.
Yes.
All right.
Give us a like.
Give us a subscribe.
Come back.
Check out some of our other content.
Please do.
Good luck out there, Pisces.
Bye, guys.